Hey guys, it's Lex Roche
and Courtney Noir,
and you are listening to another episode of The Pleasure's All Yours.
We are a podcast all about the sexual liberation of the Black and queer communities.
We really wanted to create a space for us to talk, laugh, kiki, and really emphasize how the pleasure is.
It's all yours. Hey Lex Roche.
What's up, Courtney Noir?
We are here with the final episode of season 3.
I know, that is just so crazy.
It is kind of crazy. It seems like this, again, like just if we literally said this last year on the final episode.
Yeah, we did.
Which ironically was in that room before it looked like that. Remember,
room?
it was like one of the first actual recordings that we really did in here, and we had champagne for that.
Oh, it was in. Oh, you're right. Right.
Maybe not. Maybe that was last season of season 2. Maybe that was the last episode of season 2. But either way,
we did have champagne. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
and we talked about how time fucking flies.
Oh no! That was the first episode of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first episode of this year.
Wow.
Yeah, because we were talking about like things we wanted to. I think we were talking about things we wanted to accomplish this year, or things that we accomplished the previous year.
Oh my God! I should have watched back the episode so that we could have done like a little.
Oh yeah.
Perry. But then again.
I will say,
how are you feeling about it being our last episode, though?
I it's one of those things where, like, when you know the last day of school is coming, so like your brain is like already there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm ready for us to like at least have time to like brainstorm without also having to come into the studio.
Yes. But yeah, I'm excited to have a little breaky, but also very happy to be here today because it's been a while.
Yeah, it has. And it's like a gorgeous day. It's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly, but I like your purple top, your magenta top.
Thank you so much. I thrifted it from this place. And also, I've been into this place a few times. I think I've sent you the pin when I've been there because I'm like, Court, you have to come here.
Are you gatekeeping or are you just, you can't remember the name?
No, I know where it is and I'm not saying because there's a famous TikTok star that works there. That is what I was about to say.
Okay.
The one who's she's like, I do nail, very puss or whatever the fuck she says.
Yeah.
Her, hilarious. I love her. The last few times I've gone in there, she's at the front. And I tell Red, I'm like, no, that's the girl from TikTok. Like, I swear. But, I don't know faces for real. So she's like, I really don't think it is. And I believed her.
That's crazy because, Red really she be on the social.
Yeah.
She be knowing the people.
But she's like, I don't think it is. But she has that red hair right now. Mm-hmm. And so she has the red hair. And I was like, nah, that's her. And then I pulled the video up and I was like, see, this is her. And she's like, oh, it is. And
legendary.
Then, yes. And then she came down the aisle and I was like, girl, I fucking love you. I want to let you know I be kikiing it the fuck up every time you come on my timeline.
This woman is Caucasian.
Yeah.
We can't have a caucus on the pod, can we? Because like you go in there a lot. You have a very specific look. I feel like you're very cool. So like they would want to be friends. So you could just sneak that in there. Like, hey, bitch.
I had I literally like when I grabbed it and I went up there to the front. She was like, a good thing you bought it because I've been looking at this shirt for days.
Super duper cute.
Yeah. What I want is to get like a blazer to go over it so I can also wear it into the office.
Love that. Love it.
But I can't wear it into the office with my shoulders out because that's immoral.
Cheers, bitch.
Yeah. Clink, clink.
Well, every episode. Oh, wait. I have one more thing I wanted to say. Our last episode is episode 111.
Wow. Amazing.
Which, is my favorite number.
Yeah.
So
I love that. Yes. That's perfect. Yes. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, period. Every episode, we like to start off with a pleasure moment. And it's just a part of our week that was extra fantastic, made us feel extra good, made us remember that there is beauty in this world despite all the pain and turmoil that we experience on a day-to-day. It can be as small as buying a cup of coffee and as large as
buying your first dildo.
Bitch, we don't reuse shit around here. That is so embarrassing.
You say the coffee every time.
Well, that's the part that we reuse. That's the part that is the part.
Okay.
And then now we have to come up with something big.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
It can be as small as buying a cup of coffee or as big as
paying off your car.
Hell yeah. We've used that before, but that's okay. Because in season 4, in season 4, we're going to have way more of these. You've been really good, though. The last, 4 episodes, you've been really, dishing them out.
Okay.
Like gravy. Get back to that.
I'll do my best.
Lex, what was your pleasure moment?
I think it was being able to like hang out with my family this past weekend for the holiday. That was really nice. And Red came with me, and it was just really nice because like she comes from a family where like you kind of have to pretend to be like who they think you are rather than just being yourself. Right. It was just really nice to like see her being silly and goofy and like who I know her to be, like with the people that I love as well. So that was just really nice. And they're supposed to be coming on the 21st, which is also when I'm having the game night. And they're probably going to get an Airbnb, but they're like, I'm coming to that. I just want to.
Are there going to be kids there? And I need to make sure to get my language.
Oh, that is fine. You're fine. But there will be 2 there, okay. Aurora and Atreus.
Okay. Well, it'll be exciting to meet them.
Yeah. And my aunt is like, because I sent the confessional video to the family group chat, they all were like, no, your friends look so cool. Like, so they're all like really excited to come. And I made our full feast for Thanksgiving. And it was just really nice. Everyone being like, what the fuck did you do to this food? It's so good. Period. The turkey especially, because I take a lot of pride in the fact that I make a good juicy ass turkey.
And it's hard to make a good juicy ass turkey.
Yeah.
Truly. I don't fuck with turkey. Yeah. It'd be dry.
But one of my older cousins, I think that's what he is. You know, black people got too many family members sometimes. They'd be like, that's everybody's your cousin. Man, I hate niggas, okay? I hate niggas. And I don't really know this man like that. Like, I know his name, but I don't really know him like that. And he's cool with my mom and stuff. But anyway, first of all, again, I hate niggas. First of all, he was like, he comes up to me, and he's just staring at me. And I was like, what? He's like, have you battled with cancer? And I was like,
niggas are...
Mind you, his head's so bald that I could see myself in the back of it. Mind you.
There's always that one person that comes over, and it's like everybody just like tolerates them. But
yes.
It's very clear. It's like, okay, get your plate, do a little conversation. We gonna get these pleasantries out the way, and then he needs to go home.
And then we're playing Uno, and Grace came. Grace was there with us too. We were playing Uno, and Grace was taking it very seriously. Okay,
as she should. Good.
She was taking it very seriously. It's his turn. It's Blue, the smallest one. He's laying cards out. He's not playing, but he's playing by himself, so he's laying cards out, whatever. And my cousin is trying to tell the little boy playing, who's 3, trying to tell him to get his toys and go play somewhere else. It was pissing me off. Anyway, Nyla goes, this is the longest turn ever, because we waiting for this man to go, and he's sitting here arguing with a 3-year-old, but he's drunk, so he's not even finishing his sentence. I was like, Stace, why did you bring this man here?
Disqualified.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Anyway, yeah, it was just hanging out with my family. That was my pleasure moment.
That's a fabulous pleasure moment. I love that.
Yeah. What about you, Court?
As a segue.
As a segue?
Because this is going to go into our pleasure principle.
Okay.
I told you I've been seeing this girl. Mm-hmm. Emphasis on girl.
Yes.
It's just so lovely to step into this lesbianism.
Yes. And like actions of lesbianism just really heal the soul a lot.
Literally, I feel like I'm eating chicken noodle soup every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Yes.
Anyway, so she came over the other night, and we had like a little sleepover, and I went out of town. Oh, actually, pause. That's not my pleasure moment.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
My pleasure moment was going to Marble Falls with my friends. So we went to this little city, like maybe an hour outside of Austin, and one of my friends is like in marketing, and one of her clients is like the city of Marble Falls. So like basically they invited us down on like an influencer trip with like an itinerary and like all these things to do around the city. It was free. They gave us like vouchers and little gift cards for everything. And we just got to like explore. And it's really tiny. So like we walked and just kind of like, there was no drive that was more than literally 2 minutes. Like anywhere you went in the city was 2 minutes. It was wonderful. And like, those are my friends that I've had for like almost 20 years now. And I just think it was like the perfect little combination of us 3 to like go somewhere and just enjoy. Like really, there wasn't any pressure. There wasn't any pressure to go out because it was such a small town. Like they didn't have like nightclubs. They had a little speakeasy, which is super cute.
Did you guys go?
Yeah. And it had like a telephone booth on the outside, and like there was all these doors, but all of them were locked, and they had like blinds. You couldn't see if they were open. It looked like a law office. And like we were just like looking around like idiots. You know our friend OG who was on the pod. He was there. But it was just like a really relaxed weekend, and we got home at like 10:30 that night after going to this little cute speakeasy and getting cocktails, and we just played Uno.
I love that. Perfect.
And ERS.
Yes. And I know you guys played that for a while.
We did.
Yeah.
We played it for a while. Yeah, it was wonderful. That was my pleasure.
I love that. I love a good chill. Just a good chill. I love a good chill.
It was just a good chill vibe. Like, we started off getting lunch at this like brewery, and then we went to a winery and did like a little wine tasting, and then we like shopped around a little bit. And this is what leads me into my other pleasure moment. There was like a store called the Oil Tap, and they specialized in different olive oils and balsamic vinegars.
Balsamic vinegar?
As fuck. All different flavors. Like there was like 20 different olive oils and like 20 different balsamic vinegars, and we got to try them all. And I ended up buying a charred onion. I think it's charred onion or glazed. No, it was glazed onion balsamic vinegar.
That sounds good as
fuck. And Tuscany herb olive oil.
I hope you made bruschetta.
Hold on. I also bought a bread dip, which is something they have, which is like the spices that you put in olive oil for your bread dip, like you know, the olive oil and balsamic. They have like a bunch of spices, and it was like oregano, salt, like all these really fragrant Italian spices, and you put it in the olive oil, you let it sit for 15 minutes, get soft, and then you put your balsamic in there, and it becomes like that little bread dip you get at Italian places. Yeah. So I bought a really nice loaf of Kroger, like freshly baked sourdough. Ooh, like a big loaf of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I like got out my little charcuterie board, and I put out the rest of those cheeses that we use for my birthday, and like made a little spread for this bitch.
I love it.
It was so the bread was so fucking good. We just sat there eating literally like just chunks of bread and cheese all night. It was fucking amazing.
Bread, cheese, and sauce.
Yeah. You really can't get better than that.
It's so good.
Yeah. Perfect.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah, so that was my pleasure moment. Thanks. And now we'll get into the pleasure principle.
Absolutely.
Which is something that both Lex and I have really been struggling with over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Crushes.
Yeah.
Lesbian crushes.
Yeah.
But this can be general, so crushes. Obviously, they can be very distracting and very devastating. Should I say? Maybe distressing would be a better word. And so I really just want to talk about it. Because like it has really consumed my life for like the past like 3 weeks.
It's like weird. It's like you're in a constant state of like yearning. Yes. And like it's not even like wanting. It's yearning. No, like, okay. Do you know what it's like to yearn?
Your soul is like crying.
Like
it's begging.
It feels like your body's being pulled somewhere that you can't go.
Literally.
That's literally what it feels like.
That's so beautiful.
I hate yearning. Like I have a yearning poem that I just wrote recently, actually.
Send it to me.
I've been writing a lot lately. I've been writing a lot lately, honestly.
I love that. Okay. So ironically, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But I think having a crush at 28 is like different
because you feel teenage, but you're older, so you're like, you can't be doing this. I can't be doing this, bitch. You're a grown ass person. Like, what the
be
fuck?
Fucking for real. Yes. That's exactly how I feel. I feel crazy right now. But I can't really relate to this, but I'm sure somebody would feel crazier if you haven't like communicated those feelings. Yeah. So I know at 28, the likelihood that you've probably communicated to your crush that you have a crush on them is pretty high, I would assume. What would you think?
I think it depends on the person, because I think people are really scared of rejection. So they would rather like sit on the feeling and wait to see what happens. And then if an opportunity presents itself, then be like, oh, hey, I have these feelings for you. But like they won't, I feel like a lot of the times as adults, we won't really say anything until we know for sure. Oh my God. We'll just do that like passive aggressive, I like you. Hey, big head, where my hug at? Ass energy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's more like what someone with a crush would do.
That's true. Yeah. I think the last.
But me though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say something.
You immediately. Like, what's the time? What's the time range?
So not like immediately. I just want to make sure. Like once I get to that point where I feel like if I need to be in your pocket, like I need you to put me in your pocket, or like you're doing stuff, and I'm like, where are you going? once I get to that point, I'm like, you have to know, because I'm not about to sit here and torture my own self.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
I'm gonna let you know, so that way I have the freedom to like throw it all at you. So then when I'm like, oh my God, you're so pretty, or oh my God, you're amazing, like all of these things, then I don't have to keep it inside, because it's like, you already know.
Yeah, like it's laid out on the table.
I already told you. So now don't be surprised when I'm like, I'm in your trunk. Where are we going?
Don't be surprised when I pop up at your house. Because I told you. I said I liked you.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. I think like I have been in the last few relationships that I've been in, at least. They have like 2 of them have started based on a DM that I think actually I have started. Yeah, I think I shot my shot. I think there's 2 of them I shot my shot, and then the other 2 were dating apps. You know, but like I've been pretty open. Yeah, I think it's like a flirty thing, and then if you're responding a little bit to my flirt, I'm like, fuck it. Hey, I've been keeping an eye on you.
What's up?
I've been seeing you do your thing.
I like be seeing you do what you be doing when you be doing it.
Hey, let's go out. Like that's how I reached out to this person that I'm seeing now. They like do artistic stuff on Instagram, and so I was just like, I've been looking at her for like months, and I was like, I wonder if she's gay. She has really gay energy.
Gay. Like, I would have, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, that's a gay right there. Immediately, that's a gay.
And I like, yeah. So you never know. So I DM'd her and I said, hey, you look, no, I don't think I said you look, but like I said something along like, you're really great. I think you're really great. Just seeing you on your socials, like whatever. I was just curious if you were a little like, and then I did a little winky face and a little rainbow flag.
Yeah.
There you go. And she was like, actually, I'm a lot of rainbow face, winky face.
Yeah.
I said, perfect. I would love to take you out.
I love that.
That's all it took.
Perfect.
You know, like sometimes you gotta shoot that shot, baby.
Yeah.
But I want to know from personal experience, though, how does that relate at your place of business?
In my place of business?
Like if I don't see this girl every day. If she rejected me, I would be like, okay, well, I really will never see her. Yeah. So like I won't feel that. But I feel like if your crush is somebody like at work or at school or in your class or in your neighborhood or in your dorm, you got to see them. And so like, I don't know if that affects the timeline too.
I think that like working with your crush is kind of hard because you see them every day and like, you see them doing things that they're good at naturally. It kind of is hard because it's like, and then, yeah, it's like, like I was real intrigued before, but you're also so good at these things. Look at this. Like,
look at you being good at your job.
Look at you being amazing, bitch. I love that. Absolutely. What's up? Like, yeah.
Talk about it.
I think it's a little harder because also, like, you have time and like the space to like chit chat and to like, oh, I'm gonna go on lunch or I'm gonna go on break. Hey, really I'll join you. Yeah, so you have like time to like really talk, not about like too many deep issues because you're still like at work, I guess, but like you still have time to speak. So I think that definitely excels the timeline and kind of makes the crush a little more intense because
then you get to see them every day and you look forward to seeing them every day. You know, it's like, ooh, and it gives you a little spark. Especially if it's a work crush or like a school crush, then you can be like, damn, I hate my job.
But my eye candy's there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I know I got to get up a little early and put on this fit that makes my ass look juicy. So when I'm walking by, she want to look.
Exactly.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
Exactly. I think it's like a thrill coming from it too, because like not saying that everyone would act on it, but you have like the space to act on it. Like, oh, you want to go make out a little bit? Like, you could go do that hypothetically.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah. I want to make out at work. That'd be cool. That'd be cute.
God, I want to do that.
It's like a rush. It's like right there, right above the, like, fucking in your car rush because, like, it's an HR situation waiting to happen.
You got to do it in the copy room where it's hot and it smells like wet paper.
Dry ink too. And it's a little warm in there too because the printer never turns off.
Of course. I think that's super hot. I don't work somewhere where I could have really like develop a work crush, I guess. But with what I do, there's lots of opportunities to get into it because y'all be staying at the same hotel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
like, if I did have a work crush, that was reciprocated. It'd be easy to be like, hey, girl, so we just got done with dinner. Okay, come up to my room. Like, let's just have a little nightcap. Let's like watch some Netflix.
And nobody's like, they're like, oh, they're just gonna go chill.
Literally, and
they're chilling. All right.
Definitely, I've learned a lot of things in the past few like events that I've gone to. It's definitely happened a few times. Or like our staff will like hook up with like hotel staff. Or like,
yes, I love that. Actually, the bellboy. You know what? You bring yourself and my bags up. Actually,
please,
thanks so much.
Immediately,
nothing but the hat on, please.
So, to you, what is the hardest part about having a crush at your big age?
I think because I know what I want at this. Like, I feel like I know what I want out of a partner. That it kind of makes it hard because like if I'm getting to know you and you're already like
checking those boxes,
you're checking the boxes. I'm like, what's the point? Yeah. Like I don't have any time. I don't have the time. Like, and because once I like someone, I want to do things for them. I can't stop myself. Like I literally cannot stop myself. And that can be a
detriment. You know?
Yes, it can be a detriment because I'm like, I have $40. Oh, now I have $10 left because I wanted to get you. So like, oh, you said you were hungry. I ordered you a food and I brought you some flowers. Here you go. Bitch, I could not afford that. I actually should probably be putting that in my gas tank. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do.
Delusional.
Yes, absolutely delusional. Yeah. You get into, yes, that's actually what it is. You get into such like a delusional state of mind that you're like, oh, this is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. And this, what I'm thinking is also what they're thinking because why would they not? Duh. Hello.
I'm the best.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Then you get caught up in your Delulu land.
Yeah, you have to definitely remember that they're human beings and that you don't know them. You're still learning them.
Yeah.
And that eventually, like all things, like all relationships.
Yeah.
There comes a time where you float delicately back to the ground and you're like, whoa, you got as many issues as I do.
Even more, actually. Even more, actually.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I hate this feeling in between. Like right now I have a crush and we're like figuring things out, like just hanging out. It's a good time. It's just a good time. There's nothing like else about it. It's just a good time. Mm-hmm. But because my brain is delulu, I'm like thinking about our future. And I'm thinking about, and then because I'm thinking about our future, I'm thinking about, oh, when is the other shoe gonna fucking drop? When am I gonna hit the ground hard and be like, oh my God, all these realistic things are like popping in my head. Mm-hmm. And I keep talking to like my cousin who's very gay and my other best friend, OG. Mm-hmm. And they're both like very much like, just fall in. Like, why are you thinking all these things, all these steps ahead? Why are you thinking about what could happen or what should happen or what would happen or what, all these things when you should just be like having fun? Just like let yourself feel that big. And I'm like, bitch.
That's actually a lot.
I don't know, 'cause if I was, I would be married.
Like straight past U-Haul and bought a house, actually.
You would have bought a house. Bitch, this is going to be exposing because I feel like she'd be listening to the podcast. She'd be she'd be playing it coy.
They love to do that.
Yeah. But the other day, I was in my apartment and I was looking around. I was like, okay, I'm in this one bedroom and I really feel like...
Maybe I won't renew my lease.
Literally, like, just in general, like, I was thinking that in general, but then I was like, ooh, I don't know if I saw a commercial. Oh, I saw it on Instagram and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh, she can put her studio in here and I can work in here. And then we're just gonna like, oh my God, it'd be so great if we just lived together. Mm-hmm. Why?
And it's really hard because I feel like like it's so, when it's so easy to like see it being a thing, it's like hard to be like, let's be a little realistic here. It's like you want to feed into the delusion, honestly.
I want to feed into the delusion. I thank God that I travel. Mm-hmm. And then she's just like started a new job and she's like really getting used to the schedule. So we don't really see each other on the weekdays. Mm-hmm. We always just see each other on the like once a week. Mm-hmm. If I didn't travel, I feel like I would be begging to see her more. So I'm like so happy that I'm gone. That there's like this
because the space separation in between definitely helps. Because if you were also seeing each other all the time every day, that
shoe would drop much quicker.
That's how lesbians end up signing a lease together, and then 6 months later they're living with their ex, waiting for the lease to end.
Damn. You ever experienced something like that?
No, I'm not. Like, I'm very, very gay, and I love women, and I would do anything for them. However, I'm not really that big into sharing my space like that.
Yeah.
And also, I just think it's absolutely insane to be like, I know I just met you a couple months ago, but let's move in. That is fucking crazy to me. I mean, and no matter how much I like them, I'm like, you can have your own place and I can have my own place, and you can be at my house every single day. Yeah. I'll give you a key even. Yeah. You are not moving in.
But it's just like we need that separate space. Yeah. And that's funny because I do remember in your last relationship, you were very like apprehensive. Like, y'all were together most days. Like, you were either at her place or she was at your place. Like,
and we were together for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fast 2 years. It's COVID, though.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you were very apprehensive about moving in with your lesbian lover of 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, but can I ask you though, what about Red made it so easy for you to say like, okay, like let's really actually cohabitate, because y'all are cohabitating. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah, I think because after the stuff that happened with she who shall not be named, and I kind of randomly just needed somewhere to go, and she was like, come stay with me, like it's fine. And I realized how well we cohabitated together there just for the few months that I was there. It was just it was like a no-brainer. I'm like, oh, I already know that we share space together really well. And I think because we're not like together in like the traditional sense of like being in a relationship with someone, I think that also alleviates a lot of the pressure for her to live with me. Like, it's an obligation that I have. Like, she has to live with me, or that's like a part of our relationship is us moving in together.
It's like very much a choice that could always change.
Exactly.
It's not circumstantial.
Exactly.
Because you want to.
Yeah. And because like the only reason that it even came about her staying with me is that she was like she was trying to figure out if she was going to go back to school, if she was going to move back to Nigeria, or she was just trying to figure out what she was going to be doing. And I was like, oh, just come and stay with me while you figure it out. Yeah. Like, I'm like, you let me stay with you. Like, I don't mind like returning the favor. And so, but then when she moved in, she kind of like everything kind of settled, and she kind of came up with a plan for herself. And I was like, you stay if you want. Like, if you don't, that's fine. But like, in January, I think is when she's going to be getting her own place. Okay. And then my lease is up in February. So
get out then. Go somewhere where you feel like you're going to be happy. Yeah. And we'll figure it out.
That's the plan.
I don't know how we got on that topic.
We were talking about U-Hauls and lesbians moving in together and
correct.
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you don't mind sharing, when you were at the heyday of your crush, your most recent crush, what were some of the most distracting parts, especially about working together?
I think it was like probably knowing that they are so close. I think that was the most distracting part, because like I have my headphones in most of the day, which is helpful. But when I didn't have my headphones in, I'd hear like somebody call them, or I'd hear like I would just
They were that close?
No, just like we don't work that closely together, but because I work so closely to most of the team, whenever like somebody's calling her name or something, I would hear it, and I'd be like,
your
hello?
ears would go up like a little puppy dog.
Yeah, or she'd like be coming to like talk to someone near my desk, and I'd hear her, and she'd like come by and like say hi or something like that. So that was also very distracting. And like sometimes if the person that sits next to her, the agent that sits next to her, if they weren't there, I'd like bring my laptop over and like plug it into the screen, and then we'd work side by side.
Oh, I love that.
But like that wasn't distracting actually, because I like the buddy system when I work.
Tandem work.
Yeah, it was like super, super like I actually got a lot of stuff done, but it definitely was like just distracting because like she's just walking around, or like I'm like standing somewhere, I'm like talking to someone, and in my peripheral I like see her walking, and I like my eyes just automatically go there, and like the winking at me and the like just walking past me like, oh, you look so nice today, like just walking past me kind of thing. I'm like, stop screaming, you're yelling. you're doing a lot of yelling.
Wow, are your boobs out right now?
Yeah. And then like, you know, we'd be sitting next to each other and she would be playing her music and she'd start singing. And she has like an amazing voice. So then I'd be like, you know
That's
what?
your type.
I'm gonna just get naked right here.
Lex
actually
loves when the bitches can sing.
I love it so much.
That's how I feel about instruments.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad because that fuels my delusion because it's like,
sing me to sleep.
it's like, oh, bitch, you're awful. But like also Ariel. You got issues, but you know what? That tune is amazing. So yeah, no,
Fair.
that is, yeah.
Fair.
But
I actually feel like a lot of exes have said that about me. Just like that.
Oh.
Bitch, you're awful, but
Courtney, I would like to say.
can I say okay,
Sorry.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Before you say what you're going to say, can I say what I'm going to say?
Go ahead.
Okay. Because I've done a lot of self-reflection. I really have. Mm-hmm. I know that the people that I was dating, arguably, they were worse than me. Mm-hmm. However, I recognize that I actually have very toxic qualities, especially in my relationships.
Were they toxic or were they warranted for your situation?
Let's find out when I get somebody that's worthy of my goddamn time.
And true.
You know?
Because then you might have like, you might not even have like toxic qualities. You may have just been triggered. And then that was your fight or flight, you know?
Facts.
I'm just saying,
You're
you know?
always on my side though.
Courtney, I think you're amazing.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much. I feel like give me 6 months of dating me. Okay. Like, this bitch. I just become a mom. I hate that about me. But
it's that only child syndrome. That's what it is.
And my mom is crazy too. Like my mom is not crazy dysfunctionally. She's crazy like,
girl, you calm down.
like, yeah, like Stepford mom, I guess, like kinda crazy. I don't know.
There's that one thing that I was like, if you're an only child, when you're dating, you usually take on the role of mother, and like when you're middle child, you take on the role of like just like yourself usually, and then when you're the eldest, you kind of take on like not mother but more like caregiver, most responsible kind of thing. So like you're not trying to mother someone, but you want someone to make sure that like all of their
yes,
exactly.
That's really interesting. Ooh, that sounds like a whole another episode. Season 4, y'all. We never know. I want to get back to like, first of all, I want to get into the tea. I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but it's our last episode, so I actually don't care. First, I want to talk about like what happens when. What would it take, I guess, for the crush to falter before anything really developed? And I say this very pointedly because,
Yeah.
Let's dig in. Let's talk about it.
So I think for me, like when I have a crush on someone, my main goal is to be friends with them because I need to see how you communicate. I need to see how you show up. I need to see how you're able to fit me into your life. Like how can you make time for me as your friend? Because that to me is like really important. So at that point, I'm just literally trying to be friends. And that way also, if I do have a crush on you and it's not something it's not something I'm planning on telling you immediately or at all until I figure it out, then it's like no harm, no foul. It's like, okay, well, we've been talking and getting to know each other this whole time. Okay, no big deal. You did some weird shit. I can back the fuck up and put you in this other little box that you actually should be in. So I think that there's that. But for me, like recently, I have a friend that I was like, maybe we should kiss and like hold hands, like hello. But I don't know what happened. It was just like we were talking a lot, and then randomly, like in the middle of the week, I just like started getting left on read. Like we had been like texting back and forth, or we'd be sending each other these like funny memes on Instagram or whatever. And yeah, so I thought everything was fine. And then like I started getting the cold shoulder in the middle of the week. And I sent a text message. I gave it 2 days. And I sent a text message. I was like, hey, I hope everything's like going well. And I hope you've had some time to decompress, because they were talking about how they haven't been sleeping well lately. And I was like, okay, yeah, I hope you've had some time to rest. I'm here if you need anything. Heart, you know? Aired. Absolutely aired. Okay, I was like, okay. The whole weekend aired. I was like, okay, like maybe there's something going on. I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt a lot of the time. But then Monday comes around and still it was like I was getting the cold shoulder. And so towards the end of the day, because I knew that I had a crush on them, it's not like they knew that I had a crush on them, but because I had a crush on them and now they're like being weird and I was matching their energy that they were giving to me, like, oh, you're being cute, fun, flirty, like I'm gonna be cute, fun, flirty back.
I've also been a witness to that, and it was very much giving that. Yeah,
exactly.
Mutual.
Exactly. Yeah. And like you say, like you say things like, I know that people who want to be with you have to share you. Like, to love you is to share you, is what she said. Aww. And I was like, yeah, like even in like a friend capacity, I was like, if you look at my closest friends in our message thread, you would think that I was madly in love with all of them because of all of my sweeties, darlings, like things like that. In my own way. Exactly. And so, I was like, anyway, like I just kind of started getting the cold shoulder. So I texted her and I was like, hey, so I don't really know what's going on, but you're kind of giving me whiplash, because this was also like the second time that like something had been going on in like her personal life. Mm-hmm. And like in the midst of everything going on, I got the cold shoulder. Like I just kind of got tossed aside, which is kind of a trigger for me. And I already realized that. So at least now I don't react in such like a big way. I can react like, oh, this is making me feel this way. I need to address it. So I was like, you're kind of giving me whiplash, whatever. And then what irritated me the most about our text conversation about it is that she was basically averting any responsibility to any issue. And I was saying like, she was like, I don't think me not responding to one message constitutes as me airing you. And I was like, it wasn't one message. It's two. If you look at our message thread, you literally like barely have responded to anything. Even when I'm like asking something like, relate, like something that has nothing to do with like a casual convo. Yeah. You still are airing my message. Like we've been sending each other stuff on Instagram, like just hilarious reels and stuff. We've been sending each other
stuff. It's an energy change, bitch. Don't act brand new.
Exactly. And the crazy part is, Courtney, is that I literally said, like, just the energy is off. And she asked me, she said, can you give me an example of what you mean? Because it's not like I've been ignoring you or anything. And I literally said, it's been an energy shift. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
that's all the example you need. It's just like she's talking to you all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And then she was like, and then she said something about like, when she said I wasn't ignoring you, I was like, yeah, but this. Oh, and then she said, well, I just needed to assert some boundaries. I was feeling a lot of things. And I'm not really ready to address any of those feelings right now. So I just needed to take some space. And I'll let you read the messages later. But I was like, changing your boundaries and not communicating that to someone, like, that is what is making me feel like you just kind of tossed me aside. Mm-hmm. And that you were just like, all right, fuck Lex. Like, it's fine, fuck Lex. And I was like, I don't like that. Because even with my friends, like, if I, and I have also said, like, I do really like respect your feelings and your time. So like and I know you have a lot going on. So like if anything changes, let me know. I'm here for you. Communicate. I have said that so many times. I've said that at least 3 times in writing. So the fact that this is where it got was even more frustrating for me. And then she was just like, and all the times where she's been like, I think you're an amazing person. I really value you a lot. And like it seems like you'd be a great addition to like the life I already have going on, blah, 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 in whatever capacity. But then you don't communicate, bitch. Like, what the fuck do you mean? And that shit really, really irritated me because I'm so open and I try to make the space so open for other people to be open with me. Right. By being open about my own feelings. Absolutely. So like then when someone turns around and basically is not being as open and they're like, oh, well, I just needed space. I'm like, that's fine that you need space, but say that because otherwise it does not come across well. And she said, well, I can apologize for my lack in communication. And then she said I can apologize for my lack in communication, but it's unfair of you to expect me to tell you how I'm feeling all the time. And I feel like that's a lot to expect out of a person all the time. And I was like, I'm not expecting that of you all the time, but when your feelings change, like how I said the energy change, and you just confirmed to me that the energy did change around the same time that I'm saying that shit got weird, and then you wanted to be like, can I have an example? Like, you think I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You must think I'm fucking dumb. And I even said, because she didn't respond to my last message where I was like,
oh my God. It's just crazy because y'all work together. So like,
yeah.
Why is she acting like this when y'all have to see each other?
And then like it's like she was MIA in the office after this too, which is another red flag. Well, because usually she'd come by my desk in the morning and she'd be like, hey, good morning. Ask me how my day was the day before, anything like that. And even the girl who sits like next to me, she was like, oh, you guys haven't like been hanging out. I haven't seen you guys together all week. Like, you know, because there wasn't.
I wonder. Yeah. I don't know. I always say, it takes a certain, well, it doesn't take a certain person. I wouldn't even say that. I just think it takes a certain knowledge about yourself to accept love. And I think you give a lot of love. And so for people that are not used to accepting love when it comes so freely, they just would rather like run and make it seem like your fault. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, at some points in our friendship, I think I've done that, especially probably like our first like a few years, maybe a year or two of like getting to know you. Yeah. I think I did that.
I remember there was a conversation we had, and this happened, and it reminded me of that conversation. I was like, maybe this is her problem though, because when you were like, some people can't accept it, but me and you had a conversation where you were like, you just give like the love you give to me so freely like is new to me, so I don't know what to do with that, and I'm waiting for you to ask me for something in return. Yeah. And I was like, I just want you to hang out with me, okay? Like,
bitch, chill.
Just hang out with me and make me feel like I'm your favorite when we're hanging out. Like, that's it. That's all I want. Like, is QT and maybe like a cuddle. Like, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty easy to please. Yeah. So. Yeah, but you were saying like that. I remember you saying something like that. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, like, grow up. You know, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, I was able to communicate that I felt that way. Did I need to? Maybe we took some space. Sure, but I was able to come back and say, hey, this is why I'm genuinely sorry for making you feel like that. Here's where I'm coming from. Yeah, I think it's really easy, and that we were doing that at 23. Yeah, so we're 28. Yeah. I feel like this bitch is 30. Yeah. You need to learn how to motherfucking communicate. Yeah. Period.
And I think, I think it's crazy to me too, because I was just like, it's so insane, because I am pretty consistent as well in like how I show up for people, and I try to be. And that's something that I've had people tell me a lot, is that I'm consistent in who I show up as. Yeah. So, you know, maybe you're not used to consistency either. Also, and I know that like consistency is what is gonna take to prove to you that like I'm good. But at the same time, bitch, if you're not making an environment to where I want to be consistent, then it's just not gonna happen. Yeah. So I think it's just one of those things where like it'll be like we'll just be like, now the door in my head, the Delulu land that my brain was going to, it's closed. It's closed. I actually burned it down. Deforestation
style, bitch.
Yes, it's gone.
It's gone. That portal is not to be found ever again.
Ever again.
It's in, what is that?
The ether.
What's that place? The tundra?
Yeah, bitch.
Where all the bad monsters got exiled to?
That's literally where it is. Because I don't know, like, I can accept faults easier as a friend, because I'm like, okay, you're getting your shit together, but at the core, I can see that you're a good person. Yeah. But with me being a person that works so hard on making sure like I'm consistently improving the way I communicate and working on my triggers and things like that, like, because I have such a big focus on that, I don't have it in me to be holding someone else's hand to do the same thing. Absolutely. Like, in a small capacity, absolutely. But you haven't even started doing the work, so, or it doesn't seem like it. So I don't feel compelled to be I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho anymore, okay?
Thank God.
I hung up my cape, bitch.
Thank God.
I'm not doing it.
Bitch, let somebody save you.
And I think that's why I'm like, I think on my dating profiles, I changed my bio where it's like nobody's yearning and crushing and wanting anymore. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Hell yeah.
Show me something amazing.
I love that.
Cause like I'm done. I want to yearn. I want to yearn and lust and want, and I want to make out in my car, and then drop you off and nothing happened.
Period.
Like
Period,
I want those things.
Period.
I'm like, I want to date like how I wanted to date when I was a teenager. I'm older now. I can do that.
You can do it.
That's what I keep telling myself. I'm older now.
Yes.
So when I was a teenager and I was like, oh, I want to make out with a girl in the movies.
Or I
Or
want to take her to do this. Bitch, you can. You got a car. You got the money, bitch.
I want to be in
Make it
Target.
happen.
I want to be in Target in the electronics aisle, picking out a fucking phone case and making out. Like,
Wow,
can't
I
keep my
love
hands off you kind of thing.
I
Like,
love that.
pissing me off.
I want that for you. And I think you're going to find it in a place where that person is able to communicate all of their feelings, good and bad, to you when necessary.
Yeah, I'm just not. You know, if it comes cool. But I'm like, me and Red also were having all these conversations too. Yeah. Be like, not because of like this person, but because I literally was like, I think I want romance. Like, I think I want to be lusted and yearned for, you know? Yeah. And then it just so happened that like, and I'm, you know, maybe it's having those thoughts and feelings that also kind of fueled me like making a new friend and then being like immediately, yes. This is going to be gay, like immediately. But like, I think it was just a whole lot of everything going on at once. And now I'm like at a place where I'm like, I would like romance. That would be very nice.
Yes.
But I'm not like searching too hard for it because people keep disappointing me and I don't like being disappointed.
You shouldn't have to be.
So when I tell you it was all in my head, I had not like, it was, the whole scenario was all in my head. But yeah, there was a lot of like flirty banter going back and forth. And you know what? It's like, I think people just want to have a work wife. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh my God, yes.
Maybe that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, if you just wanted a work wife, like, that's fine too. We can be that. Like, we can be that. That's fine. But like, yeah, it was, yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah. It's, yeah. And it's so irritating because like, how are you so pretty and I'm so attracted to you as well? And then all of these things, like one after the other, is happening. Well,
I'm not child shaming.
Okay.
But she has 2 kids, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because I was like, I don't know. I think like if I were to ever get into anything with someone that has kids, but I said this to Red as well because she also was like, why don't, like, you know, she looks kind of like you and you guys have the same vibe.
I've
like,
been saying that.
Why don't you guys like try to figure that out? And I even said to her, like, she has 2 kids and she has an ex-husband who's not her husband, who's not her ex legally yet. They don't live in the same house or anything yet right now though. And I was like, there's
still
so much
married.
Yeah. But I was like, there's so much going on there that like, I don't even think I would give myself room to do anything. But like, if it were cash, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Seems like escapism. Huh. Anyway, you know, overall, I'm enjoying my crush. We haven't spent a lot of time together, but we spend time together, and it's fun and it's light, and I feel all the things. Yeah. And so when she was over at my place this week, she spent the night, and we have not had sex. Mm-hmm. I've had sex.
You've had orgasms orchestrated by this person.
Thank you. I've had orgasms orchestrated. Yes. Correct. But we have not had sex. Uh-huh. And so she was doing what she does. Oh my God. Hold on, pause.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, no, hold on. Okay. Hold on. She was eating my pussy. I just have to say this. Mm-hmm. And she like comes up and like she's so cute. She's just such a cutie. Mm-hmm. And she had like
pussy on her face,
like just dripping from her face. And then she just gets him. She's just like smiling at me like this. And I was like, this is like a burned in my fucking head, right? So like I like get up and I start like licking it off and like kissing her and touching her. Mm-hmm. And like after like she lets me do it for a while. And then like after a while, she'll like stop it. And so I stopped like everything. I was just like, hey, let's just talk for a second. Like genuinely, let's just have a conversation.
Because what's going on?
Yeah, I was like, really, like, can you just tell me what's going on? Like, I'm cool with whatever pace you want to keep it at. We do not have to do this tonight. Whatever. Like, it's not a priority for me. I want to do it real bad. Mm-hmm. And she just kind of talked to me about how like she's just not used to being vulnerable in that way, and that she's really concerned about me hurting her in some way, or like me not being able to give like what needs to be given in order for her to give that. And like, I can understand that. And we talked in depth about it. I will say we were both drunk off the wine.
Okay.
So like, I remember most of it. But like
the key points.
Yeah, I do. I remember the key points, but we talked about it for a while. And it just, I don't know. It made me feel like we are still learning each other. And that's part of the fun. And like, there's no need to like rush there's no need to rush, because where are we headed? You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But overall, that was like a time for like communication. I felt like that was a lot of intimacy there.
Yeah.
And I think it really brought us closer, because she ended up staying like a little bit like into the day, the next day. Like we just hung out, we had to go get breakfast. You know, it was very nice.
Yeah.
And it felt really real.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, oh I just need her to spend the night with me every night. And I be like thinking about the way she smells and how much I want to figure out the way she tastes. And I can't. And I have all these feelings that I don't know what to do with. And it's my busy season at work. And I really, like, I have so much going on. I physically cannot handle also thinking about this. Like, think about every time she texts me, how I'm like, oh my God, my little heart. Every time I see her little name on my phone, I'm like, oh God. Now it's all I can think about. When she's going to text me back?
Yeah.
When am I going to see her
Checking
again?
your phone all the time. Got all these notifications. It's not from the person you're expecting.
Literally, like, it's just all these little things that are really taking away a lot of my time. And so I compiled a list of ways to not fall headfirst and wreck your shit when you have a crush. And I've been doing some of these, and they really help. The first one I'm going to say is spend more time with your friends.
Yes.
To resist overscheduling with your crush, you know, replace that with friendship. And also, friends is its own kind of love that really fulfills a part of your heart.
And you kind of forget, too. You kind of forget that you need to be checking your phone, or that you want to be checking your phone.
Exactly.
And that this person should be texting you back. Like, and then, especially if you have it in you to leave your phone alone when you're doing stuff with people. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. And
like, I definitely have that in me. I'd be forgetting about my fucking phone.
Yeah. When you're around the right people, definitely. Second suggestion would be to put it in the art, which it sounds like you've been doing that lately.
Yeah.
And I've definitely been doing that lately.
Because I've been yearning.
Yes. And like literally that feeling that we were talking about where it feels like you're being like pulled away from something or pulled towards something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what else to do that. I can't smoke that away. I can't even, honestly, it's like masturbating does not like take it away. Sometimes it makes it worse, you know? So I have been writing a lot more and just like trying to put all this passion and all this like extra dramatic feelings that I know are probably like conflated into something that's like
tangible that you can touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that might be the best analogy I've given, because literally having a crush just feels like somebody has a lasso tied around you, and like no matter where you're at, they're pulling at it. Not even they're pulling at it, but the rope is pulling at you to go wherever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Third is going to be to slow down on the sex, but this could backfire because on one hand, slowing down on the sex can be like a feeling of getting to know the person. You don't want to like rush into the next step, because like who knows what the step after that is. Like, what does that mean? But also like it could just make you yearn more, because you're like, damn, I wonder what she tastes like. I wonder what she feels like. That's me right now.
Yeah.
The fourth would be follow them on Twitter, because a lot of times their opinions are shitty.
Yeah.
And so you see,
but you can't see people's likes anymore. So
thank God.
if they're not posting, then like it's not really doing you anything.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't follow
when you
this
can
girl
see
on Twitter,
when you can see people's likes and you had a crush on them, that would definitely be like number one on my list. Actually, like, just to go follow them, or not even follow them, just go find them on Twitter. Yeah, just to see like, oh, what this bitch be liking? What's your subconscious thoughts like?
Okay. The last one.
Ask her if she likes Chris Brown.
That'll do it. That'll motherfucking do it.
That'll actually pump the brakes quite a bit for me.
Okay. Actually, absolutely.
As soon as you know, like on the dating apps where you can see like who's on their top listened to artists.
Yes.
If any of the abusers are in there, left immediately.
The last one, date other people.
Yes, that is a very good one.
Yeah. If you're not like trying to like begin a relationship and start your life immediately, just keep dating other people.
That is a very good one.
That'll really like remind you that there's other fishies in the sea. They might not be as great as this one, but you have another avenue to express your passions and your feelings. And it kind of takes the pressure off the situation, as in like that's not your only. Because
okay, so it's like, and I don't know if like other people do this when they're dating other people, like multiple people, but like, you know, you have all these big feelings for this one person, but it's like, you know what, this person's pretty cool too. I'll buy them some flowers instead.
Literally,
and that kind of gets it out because like, you know, it's like, oh, I just want to do something romantic.
Yes, absolutely. I hope those tips helped if you are currently in the middle of a yearning. And I feel like being almost Christmas, it's really hard to be in a yearning state right now because it's so cold. There's all these great movies coming out. There's so many holiday treats to eat.
I feel like also just get, you know, even if you're not official, just get the matching jammies anyway.
Just do it. You never know what could happen in 4 weeks.
Just go relax. Whoa, let's rein it in a little.
Okay. So should I cancel the order or
no? Definitely get them, but like you're like you never know what happens in 4 weeks. Slow down. You'll just be wearing matching pajamas and drinking hot chocolate in 4 weeks.
Got it.
Not married or engaged. Or
no, you're probably right.
Yeah, just you know.
Yeah.
Corey, I will be the one to keep you from lesbian U-hauling. I want to let you know.
I'm not serious about that.
No, I'm just saying if it ever, like I'm just saying at any point.
You're right.
Oh my God, I would literally be like locking you in your apartment from the outside.
It's not like in my personality.
Yeah.
Like I still just really enjoy living by myself. And
I was going to say you love your space. Yeah.
I don't want to give that up for anybody. Yeah. So that U-hauling is probably not my concern. I would be more concerned about like everything but, you know, like, I don't want to say putting expectations, 'cause I don't even think I do that, but more like just giving so much of myself and my time away again. I just always do that. In every relationship I get into, I just like give so much of my time away. But this person doesn't seem like they're asking me for that. They have also, I just love that they have things going on as well.
Yeah.
They are a busy professional.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have friends, they have they have really, like they're very close to their family, like me. I don't know about now, but like me. So it's just nice that they have like other avenues as well. And
so you don't feel like overwhelmed by like their feelings either.
Yes, or like me needing to do things for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at all.
Yeah.
So that feels good.
I love that.
Wow. Season 3.
Season 3. Well, I guess we'll see you in a month or so.
Yeah, 2025.
2025. We'll see where we are in our crush status. Not like with both of us, truly, because I ain't got no crushes.
Right, but lots of crush possibilities.
Lots of crush possibilities.
Lots of crushes in the chamber.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You know, if I find a crush,
yeah.
I just want my crush to crush me back, you know,
Facts.
and then be. You know what the problem is? I know we're trying to sign off, but what the problem is bitches are not gay. They're not matching my gay. Yeah. That is the problem. Yeah. That is actually the problem. Yeah. That is actually the problem.
Well, I think that you should adopt the personality of a lot of like really, really like masculine lesbians. Stop dating bisexuals.
They just kind of fall into me, you know?
Yeah. And like I am pansexual, bisexual. I don't agree with the hate that a lot of bisexuals receive, especially in the lesbian community. However,
it is usually a bisexual person that's fucking me up. I'm not. That is very true. I actually, I don't think I've dated a lesbian since 2019. I don't think I've like clicked or anything with like someone who is like, I don't even look at men. Wait, I don't see them.
What about Oprah?
Oh, yeah.
She seemed very
lesbian. She was very lesbian, but she was that lesbian that was like, I've known you for 2 weeks, let's move in.
Okay.
Those ones are crazy.
Okay. So either end of the spectrum, like, isn't great. You need to find somebody in the middle.
I need someone in the middle. I need someone in the middle who has, like, sense and is reasonable, but also very gay and wants to do, like, extremely gay things with me.
Okay,
because even, like, the girl who is a bottom, she's also bisexual, so... And she's, like, trying to be my sub.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
See how that goes. Well, if this is your first time listening to us, go back and listen to the rest of season 3.
Catch the fuck up, bitch.
And season 2 and season 1. Follow us on Instagram at All Your Pleasures. You can join the Discord in our bio. Excuse me. You can join our Discord at the link in our description of this episode. Like and subscribe to our YouTube so you can stay up to when we release every episode to you. Girl, comment. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you don't feel. Rate us on Apple Music and Spotify. You know what the fuck it is. And whether you're listening to this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the holidays, we love you. Bye.